filthy, baby, ain't nobody else. Cool visuals to accompany your beat. That is something that I'm constantly thinking about when making a new beat video. Now, it may be overkill, but in today's age of quick swiping and short form content, we have to find ways as producers to promote our content. And I'm not talking about beat channels specifically. I'm talking more about the gear focused channels. I'm not here trying to argue whether one is better than the other, because to me they fill different purposes. For one, the beat channels are for artists and rappers that want to drop their next new hit single and are inspired to find a beat similar to the artist that they like, versus hardware channels, which are more geared towards other producers that are also into hardware and people that are just into the music. So today I'm going to show you how I made these trippy visuals using the Yamaha Seqtrak to accompany my beats. Whether or not you find this method cool is up to your own interpretation. But at the end of the day, I'm just trying to show you what I've accomplished from noodling around on the visualizer app. So without further ado, let's get right into it. All right, we're in the app right now. What we're going to do is we're just going to go into the visualizer right now. And this isn't like a whole comprehensive overview of what is included in this whole visualizer. However, I'm just going to show you how I would make a scene from scratch. I have like other things that I've worked on before, and it's fun to go back to these things. If you just go like that, I'm just going to zoom out. So this one's just of like the Montreal skyline. And if I press play, but anyways, let me just do a new project from scratch. New. Yes. So you have this. I like to kind of just have the Seqtrak just right over here at first, so it gives you kind of a reference. But also what I like to do is go into the scene settings and then afterwards go into background. And over in background, I usually put a photo, but in this case I'm going to put a video. I'm going to open a file that I have already prepared before of the song that I sampled, and which if I put scale to like 13, if I click out, then you see it plays 13 times, but that's a little bit too much for what we want to do. Honestly, we just want to do it once. And not only that, we want to get rid of the floor. So we can change the color of a floor, this kind of blue, which is kind of cool, but usually I take off the floor, and the shadow too. Reflection, you can have any type of reflection, and depends what kind of lighting you want. If it's a strobe light, fade in, fade out. But I'm gonna change the Seqtrak image because usually I like to put the wireframe. It's less intrusive, I would say. Let's start out with the kick. So for the kick, I'm gonna put this thingy, and it always gives you this material, and it's very trippy, but it's not exactly what I want to show for this video. So instead, we're gonna go for all wireframe. I'm gonna do that. Deformation is every single time that something triggers, you can put like a deformation on. You can increase the size of the preview over here. If it's rotating, if you want it to turn in the opposite direction, you can also do that. So there's 3 axes, just like in math, geometry. So there's the X, Y, and Z axis. The Z axis is more in a 3D plane. X is like left to right, and Y is up and down. And over here, the speed of which it deforms, you can increase it or you can decrease it. Usually I like to keep this kind of slow. And the reaction time is every single time that hits. You see? So every single time that hits, it's just gonna flash. And we can make an envelope of how long is it gonna flash for. There you go. Something like that. The motion, I'm gonna keep it on. I'm gonna put the reaction time to only always on, but I want to position this. So where are we gonna position it? So if we just look right over here, this is the angle. And so for the angle, I'm thinking like something like this. It kind of reminds me of a donut a little bit. So this is the Z plane. And then we're going to the X plane, and then we're going up a little bit like that. If you go a little bit like this, now it's kind of like in the center, and that's exactly what I want. I also want to increase the size because the kicks are big, and it should make an impact. So there you go. There you go. Because it's a big kick, we want a big circle right in the middle. Now, what else can we put? Let's put, for the snare, I'm just gonna put this on the side, and I can go with something like crazy like this, you know? And then just change the saturation levels and put it a little bit down. But the speed is just a little bit too much. So let's angle it, go like that, and I measure this out. So if we go inside a little bit for the view, I mean, this is kind of cool. And honestly, I probably don't want this to have a sort of a view like that. So I don't know. And so for the motion, we're just gonna have it go from like left. No, I'm gonna have the hi-hats go left to right, but this one I'm going to all right, so we can move how much we want it to go. So like I don't want it to move at all at the Z plane, but the Y plane I want it to move, and the X plane I want it, you know, it's fine. So you know, see it's going a little crazy now, a little crazy. So speed, I could put it like that, and I want it to deform every time it gets a hit. So what the deform is, it's like you can go like loop, something like that. Like I want it to go like boom, but the reaction has to be like it's like coming alive a little bit, but let's see. It's a little bit too distracting, honestly, if I'm really being honest with you. But yeah, let's just like go like that. Boom. There you go. I like that. All right. Now let's see if we change the material. For the hi-hats, I want it to just like kind of go left and right, left and right, left and right, baby. But I also don't want it to deviate too much from what we got going on over here. So the deformation, I'll just make it like a spike. It's gonna be like it's gonna come out like that, and every single time it's just gonna go like ooh. It's gonna like that's gonna be the height of the deformation. Every single time that it hits, I also want it to move left to right, and it's just gonna be an x-axis thing. We're not no y-axis, and it's gonna go like that. Envelope, go like that. Let's see what we can do. All right, let's position it. We're just gonna have that a little bit over here, bring it a little bit out to the front. We're gonna change this. We're gonna wire, make it consistent. See how fast it's moving? I think instead what we could be doing is we're gonna switch the angle. All right, so I completely forgot to screen record to the second half, so I'm just gonna do it again. So this is what we have so far. We have this triangle thing going back and forth. And I turned down the deformation. I also added this little smiley face up here if we just look at it a little bit. So how did I do that exactly? I went into this hello and then I replaced the text, but I'm just gonna replace the text because I'm kind of sick of this smiley face. We're gonna do MPC 500 because that's really most of my channel, and it looks really funky, maybe too funky. So let's do it like this, and I think the deformation it's a bit more intense. Yeah, like something like that. Like that. All right, so you're gonna turn up the speed a bit. All right, so let's do it again. And let's just remove the MPC part. I just like the 500. Let's just keep the 500 like this. Yeah. All right. Now for hat 2, which is gonna come in like this one. I don't want it to stay for long. I want it to just like come in, come out, like type thing. So I'm gonna do this thingy. And same thing, you know. We're gonna put it down, or we can choose something else. We can choose this thing. We can adjust the smoothness levels or the metallic reflection. If I wanted to change colors, I can do that, but since everything else is white, just keep it on white. I'm just gonna go like that, but it's a little bit more, but off to the side like that, you see? All right. The X and Y axis, X and Z axis are off. So the intensity is gonna explode, and then the reaction is like that. Let's go to speed, envelope. And what we're gonna do is we're probably gonna put that on appearance time like that. So we're gonna move this. All right, that's just gonna be the size, but we're gonna move this probably somewhere here. I think I can just do it like that. So, all right, so it's a little bit too small. Let's increase it. There you go. I took the 2D sides, and so I did one like this, and I changed the material to I don't know, definitely not this, but let's just try it out. And the motion is just gonna be kind of all around like that. We're gonna just we're gonna lower the speed. Reaction is just gonna stay the same, but we're gonna increase the time. And now what we can also do is add a second motion. So it's gonna go even crazier. Try to position it. We're gonna go all around. And I don't mind the space, but like I like that, but the thing is I don't like that appearance is always on. So but I want to increase the reaction time, the appearance time. So there you go. That's exactly what I want. And for the perks, for the second perk, let's just keep it on here. We're not going to complicate things. We're just going to keep it back. And we're only going to have this deformation, but we're going to increase the number of borders. It's going to go off in all different directions. So if you see what happens a little bit, it's opening and closing like that. I think it's a little nice like this. We're going to have another one like this, but we're going to, oh, no. We're going to go over here, change the Z plane, go back, increase the size a little bit more. No, a little bit higher. Yeah, a little bit to the side. And now, something like that. That's good. Out of the way. We're gonna add some stuff for the synths, in particular the bass sound. So this is what we're gonna do for the bass. We're gonna go to these advanced objects. Then afterwards we're gonna take this and change the color to like a pinkish, like something like that. So now you have two colors, deformation, motion. Keep it slow, keep it slow. Let's put the bass on so it's, oh. Deformation be too intense, so I'm just gonna adjust it. Position is just gonna go down. Let's go back over here. No, we're gonna add these weird objects. I'm just gonna add the bear again. Deformation, it's gonna glitch. It's either gonna glitch or flash. So this is what we're gonna choose. We're gonna choose the glitch, and it's gonna be for the DX sampler. So every time the DX sampler triggers, it's gonna glitch. Now the motion, let's go down the speed because this guy is twitching out way too much. Like no, like I'm just gonna get mauled by this bear. Like no, the appearance is always on. So let's just find out what's a good position for the bear. We just have it off to the side a little bit, and so let's hear. I don't know. I'm not feeling this bear. Let's go with the motion, or maybe let's just decrease the speed of the motion and the reaction time. Yeah, so now he's like kind of dancing. I think I like that better. All right, so I already added these post effects. So what I did was I put the intensity off, I put the mid low. And so I'll show you what happens when I use the slider. You hear that? Like that. And for the other one, I did the film grain. So it goes like. All right, let's add another one. Fuck, why not, you know? But let's do it for this. All right, so. There you go. Let's change the material. Just make it all. Go back into this record mode. Now we have all these different camera angles, and you have in, out, normal. I usually go for out because the way I place things is kind of hard to see when it's zoomed in or normal. You can go random. You have all these different settings, and essentially what you want to do is either just choose one or leave it at something that, you know, that tickles your fancy, and then afterwards you just press record. So like I like this one, for example. I could see everything, and I think it just works. So you know what? This is what we're gonna do. And if I click the beginning and I click start, then it's gonna start from the start of the video that I chose. So let's do a performance and see what happens. So thank you very much for watching this video. I hope you found it informative, inspiring, or maybe neither. But in the end, I just wanted to show my process of, or how I make the visualizer work with my beats. Now I didn't go through every single thing. However, it was just a good basis to maybe get you started if you're stuck using it, or maybe experiment with the visualizer on the app. You can use the iPad as well. It's not just limited to the computer, so it's really cool. And also, if you're doing live performances, you can hook it up to an external monitor as well. With that being said, thank you very much. Hope y'all are having a great day, a fantastic evening. Keep making beats. Sorry for being sick, and peace.